Technology is another way to fight all this crime. The Citizen app is just one example that lets users send location-based safety alerts in real time. People can post updates, broadcast live video, and leave comments about what is going on in their area. Daryl Stone is a project manager at Citizen, and he is joining us live tonight. Sir, we appreciate your time. Wondering if you have seen an uptick in the reporting of crimes on your app that we have seen kind of nationwide over the last year.
Hey, Marty, thanks for having me. We don't usually talk about crime trends too directly, but obviously our service has become increasingly more essential given what you've been showing on your show tonight. What I can say is we've seen a really strong uptick in Citizen Protect subscriptions, which is our premium safety service. It offers 24/7 access to a trained safety agent who you can reach anytime, anywhere, who can help you navigate out of a situation where you feel unsafe. We see a lot of users using this preventatively as a deterrent before something escalates to get help they need. And if something does escalate, we can send 911 responders directly to their location. We can create a nearby alert like the one in your parking lot to let people know nearby you might be under duress, and we can get you critical help that you need during a time when you feel unsafe.
Daryl, how do police feel about the work that you're doing? Any feedback from them? How do you work with law enforcement?
We work a lot with first responders, including police, but also including firefighters and other types of paramedic and even hospitals. I think what happens when you have a service like Citizen, where communication of what's happening around you is provided to citizens, as well as to law enforcement, you see people use that information in increasingly valuable ways for themselves to make informed decisions. An example of that is actually a hospital in Baltimore, a trauma center uses, Citizen alerts for capacity planning, and they're able to reduce the time it takes to treat trauma victims. Similarly, we know firefighters use it to plan for capacity on the way to the scenes of their fires. What do they need to bring to the scene? They're watching the videos that people are posting. And police obviously, play a role in helping us make the app work better for their communities as well.
Absolutely. How do you verify information updated and shared is accurate?
So we have a team of highly trained moderators who sit in the middle of the alerting system and make sure that what's being put into the Citizen app is accurate and vetted. They also work with people on the ground, so people nearby can actually film or comment, and moderators will react to that and make updates accordingly. And what we find is when the community plus the moderators actually form a pretty strong team to ensure accurate information is provided. And all of this information is sourced, for the most part, from police radio scanners. So there's actually real responses in progress that have already been vetted through the 911 system that we're just providing extra transparency toward.
Daryl, I know in May, Citizen apologized after erroneously naming an innocent man as an arson suspect. What other measures have been put into place to make sure that innocent people are not then wrongfully accused, and some of the other technology behind the technology to protect people?
That incident was months ago, and we took a long, hard look internally at adding additional guardrails and precautions. It really forced us to just take extra care over, the way that we sort of handle and vet our information. And I think we've emerged stronger from that.
How do you address concerns from law enforcement that point out that it may leave people in a precarious position if they are heading to the scene of a crime, taking video of something that is in action? How do you warn people about the potential risks out there involved in heading into a situation that is uncertain?
So we never encourage people to do anything. We never encourage them to go closer to something in progress. We find people are actually pretty good at voting with their feet and making informed decisions about their safety. If there is an instance where someone is close enough by to provide potentially helpful footage for their community, they typically are able to make a smart judgment decision themselves, and we've rarely had any examples of something dangerous occurring from that.
Ultimately, your mission is noble. It's to connect people, make the world a safer place, make it better for all. How do you measure your success? And are there areas where you have seen your app and some of the things that you guys are doing with technology making a difference?
The primary way we measure our success is through really powerful stories of what technology, the Citizen-enabled technology is doing for people. A recent example of this happened actually through Citizen Protect, where you can actually reach an agent silently. People are using our silent features to reach an agent in a condition where they normally wouldn't be able to get help. We had a woman recently in a domestic situation reach an agent, receive a safe ride, which is a rideshare sent to her, and she was able to extricate herself from a potentially dangerous scene and file a police report safely in another location. And these are things that are happening with technology, with our trained agents, and with people who are taking advantage of the safety technology that we're building.
Using it to our advantage, one tool that could help in a dangerous situation. Daryl, we appreciate your time. Citizen app, it's out there to keep people safe. Thank you.
Available on iOS and Android.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.